That's all there's around. That's from Marks, that's good. That was me when I got my presentation for rescuing it to canoes. This is what you often see in the old films of sailing ships. This is a log. They used to tow it, it's like a speed opener. They used to tow it at the back of the boat, and this would spin, and it would give you the speed that the boat was going, and the longitude. I'd belonged to Gordon Reed, and he gave it to Bed and Gibson, and then I got it back to Bed and Gibson. This is the long boats that they use for the statue of the lifeboat in the Broch. That was handed down. This is a Sawasta, and a pitting drum. Long ago, Peril Taylor's father used to mark the Sawastas on top of pitting drum. It was a sail markers on top of there, and in a cooper's yard. And then this is part of the Broch fleet are going to go out, all the curing focus. A lot of interest in the curing side of things nowadays. And this is a lot of folk, the local folk that can't, the folk are on a boat like. And a lot of response for that, like. And then you go again, then the skippers and aye. And this is the kippers on the tender hooks. This was the hardest thing to get, the old quite. The fisher wifeys used to hear, that's quite. And Irene was her daddy in Pinchawaka and Bloomfields, and I couldn't get it nowhere else. And this is Bed and Gibson. And Bed and Gibson dates figure up in box on me is stuff like. And this is the salmon cobble out of Gamray herba. And this is some of the things that we managed to get. A skull. This is the most important thing that come doing. This is in for the tourists. Here's a cracker. And this is a pair of glasses that the Baden got off a submarine. Supposed to be the back of war, but I didn't care. But this is just a memory for Baden. It was a Herbert Lester and tourist guide in Gamray. I guide this. And I say this is just a collection of tools and everything. And when there wasn't enough water in the dam, they started with the electric motor to give them a extra. So instead I used to have day milling, they could get a whole day milling. And it's never run since we took it over. So it's just lying there. And this is a scythe and everything bocht. A lot of tools are bocht in the Broch and straight those of the second hand shop. With an axe like this is history. A big axe like that, a Canadian was over, and he says, I'm looking for an axe like that. The big axe that was lying there. And I says, he says, well, look at everywhere. And I said, no, you want it? I says, I'll give you the axe. No, he says, I said, no, if you want it, if you thought that's here, get in. So, I give him an axe. 3 weeks after that, I was a program on TV, 2 lads making a canoe down the side of the river. They cut the bark off a tree, stripped out the tree down at the little lace, made a fire, hit water, bent the shape of the canoe, used the bark out of the tree with the same axe that I give that man. I couldn't believe it. That's what he was wanted this for stripping that. Couple of marks there, like that, anything else like it. That's that, like. then, as I say, the lifeboat side, but this is, so this is the Tully Rosarte Road. Got the Rosarte. Yeah, much further on it, like. But there's nice something. Nice something. But the nets that's hanging from the roof, it was the hardest to get at. We got it, in the nice to get at. And I spent morning and night down here, putting a partition onto this wall and doing all this painting here to resemble the heron fleet. And in the darkness, you'll see, if you move, you'll see the lash coming onto the boat, because I couldn't figure out how do I to let folk in, they were fishing at night. So if you move back and forth, you'll see the lashes coming onto the boat. If you move back and forth, you'll see it. So some of the stuff was hard to get, like, and then this is the Cooper would have been using this to work the barrel hooks. Like that, trying to get the original barrels, you just can't get them now. The collectors is all just never dying. And this is a heron made with cardboard and a bit of tin foil, just to look like heron, and got and reads me that I comes down and repacks them all the time, like. See, just something else. And then the wifey with the clothes on her fingers. But just things that's not here, and it's that's it, the color is to be and the trophy, that's going and all. So it's just all history. I could get my hands on it. The folks just throw it in the skip first. Then you got all the lifeboat, different lifeboats and everything up here. This is a petroleum man and all. And he used to do a lot saving folks' life. And boy Sam, but I've been trying to get the history, but he was supposed to get a reward and we didn't know if it happened, but it was years later before he got a steen up. It's in the Captain in the Broch. But they're still trying to find out for his ancestors. And that's my granny's brother here, Alco Mitchell, 1852. He was one of the lifeboat men a while back, like. So our history here all the time, like. This is just different boats, different ways of fishing. Long ago, it's just like a TV screen. It shows you for a fish was and everything. That came out P. Mitchell's boat, the Sharon Rose, when he was redoing the boat, like, before he stopped us speaking, like, it's me. And Gordon Reed made that model tunnel, and we named it after my mother, Petuli. And this is just, all the Sutherlands, used to be connected to the lifeboat. That's how they are here, in game wrecks. This in here was 2 game wrecks. It was killed in the Wydon for Scrapster, but the coal lorry ran into the bus. They were all working up at the West Coast at the time. All the yawls used to go up there and fish in the winter. And this is the whole market in the Broch, that's going and on. Right, everything's going. So I used to have to pick up what I could get it. There's a heap of all those jackets are hanging up there. And different lifeboats, different pockets. And then that's Grace Darling's medal there. That's her medal there. So something probably, whatever they're interested in. Hope to keep it going.